guys, so today in this video I want to be talking about my horses and just give some more detail about them. I got my first horse when I was 14, about to turn 15, and her name is Wildfire. She's the mare that I post about a lot. Is a 17-year-old quarter horse. I did not grow up around horses or anything like that. I took riding lessons for about 4 years, and then I was ready to buy my first horse. Obviously, I was like 14, about to turn 15. I did not have a whole lot of money for a horse, let alone a well-trained horse. So thankfully, the Lord led us to this family, and they were super, super nice. Wildfire was their like beginner, like learning rodeo horse. Like their kids always started out riding her and everything and got to know like rodeos and everything like that. They weren't selling her for money or anything. They just wanted her to go to a good home where somebody would use her and learn off of her. And so that was where I was at. So her price tag was pretty low. And that was just the Lord right there, because Wildfire has been the perfect starter horse for me in so many ways. Like when I first started riding and when I was in riding lessons, if a horse would have bucked with me, I probably would have been like, I would have been traumatized. Like I would have just been like, I can't get back on. Like I used to be terrified of horses, but like something always just told me like, I gotta get over this, so deal with it. So I eventually got over it after like 10 lessons of crying in front of everybody that I was taking lessons with. But having Wildfire, it's so much different having a horse of your own rather than just taking lessons, because you learn so much more, like off of experience and everything like that. Wildfire taught me how to be an overall better rider and a better like horse owner. I mean, I wasn't a horse owner before her, but like she's my first horse, so I've made all my mistakes with her, and now I'm looking back and I'm like, I made the most stupid decisions of my life with her. She's also made me so much more confident. Like she used to have a little bucking problem and whatever, and I just had to get through it with her and everything like that, and now I can be bucked off and I'd be like, okay, let's go do some groundwork, and I won't be really fazed about it. I've gotten so much braver, so much confident in my riding, all of that just from owning her and riding her. She will literally be my forever hard horse. I've had Wildfire a little over 2 years. This is our second year of doing rodeos and going to those pretty often. Right now we're doing like a weekly rodeo, so mainly do barrels. We don't really practice poles just because I don't have anything to use as poles at my house. I mean, if I looked, I probably could find some, but the main thing we do is barrels. Our normal time is around 19 seconds. And when we do poles, it's pretty much a 50-50 if we're gonna knock down poles or get a no time or succeed. Really need to start practicing poles. And we also do open speed. Also pretty good at that. The place that we're going to right now, it's not like super high competitive, so we're getting like second, third place, sometimes even first. So yeah, so this year our barrels have been very well. Our barrel runs have been very good, and we have turned all 3 barrels, and that is a huge improvement by itself. Little story time break is last year we had some incidents. Last year we had a lot of problems about her not wanting to turn a barrel. At first it was the first, and then it was the second, and then I don't think we had it on the third for some reason. The third has always been like great for us, but now I don't know. Yeah, one time we were at a barrel race and we ran, and we went through the first barrel, and she didn't want to turn the first barrel, so she decided to go over, and I was pulling on her and I was like, turn, and then she decided that she wanted to try and run over the barrel setter, trying to steer her, and she wasn't going, and I was just like, I'm sorry, and then he just ran. I got it on video too, but and he ran and he dodged her or whatever, but like I was like, that poor barrel setter, he's probably never gonna volunteer again. So that was an experience. And then we went to another barrel race, and she didn't want to turn the second barrel, and she decided to take off after the second barrel, and there were like 2 alleyways, and like one was blocked by a tractor with, I don't know what was hooked up on it. I didn't really have time to like look at it, but it had like spikes coming out of it, like it was pointy, and like, you know, something that could go through you if you landed on it. Okay, so she decided to not turn the second barrel, and then she ran and took off with me, and there was a fence for the alleyway, and then the tractor with the pointy things on it, and she went like in the middle of it, but like, I kid you not, I was like an inch away from the fence or falling over it. Like I was like, just don't die. Ended up not crashing or anything, but it was very tight space. It was a close call. So that being said, this year has been so much better. Now we're just focusing on her leads and everything. Right now her big thing is not being on the right lead. She's usually turning on the barrels now, so right now we're just working on leads. I'd much rather have a problem with her being on the wrong lead than a problem taking off with the barrel, so I'm happy. Yeah, so this rodeo season has been really good. And then also my second horse is Chance. So in between the time that I bought Wildfire and then I bought Chance, there was Willie. So Willie is like 25 right now. He was given to us for free by my youth pastor because he had 2 horses, Willie and another one, and the other one died and they were like really close, so Willie was obviously really sad and he didn't want Willie to be alone or anything, so he gave him to us, so he became Wildfire's buddy and he's been living with us ever since. He's pretty much retired. We get him out and put the saddle on him every now and then, but as far as like regular riding goes, he's mainly just a pasture buddy. He's a super sweet horse. Like, he will come up to you in the pasture and want you to love on him and everything like that. 4 months ago, I decided to buy me another horse. So I went to this barn that he was being boarded at, and I worked with him and everything, and I was looking for kind of like a younger project kind of horse, and he just seemed like the perfect prospect. So I ended up buying him, and I boarded him there for a few months because we were building him a paddock in our pasture. So while we were waiting for that, I boarded him there, but then as soon as we got done with that, we brought him over to the house. He just turned 5 this month. A cross between a quarter horse and a Tennessee Walker, I believe. Chance has already been trained. He's been broke. He was actually broke by someone that I've worked for before. And so he was broke and everything like that. When I looked at him or whatever, he had a few like bucking issues. Not like huge bucks, but like in between a full buck and a crow hop. He would do it every single time I would lope him. Other than that, like, he wasn't really messed with a whole lot when I got there. So, like, he hadn't been ridden in, like, a few months or whatever. So he just had some, like, manner issues. Like, he'd try to bite me a lot. He wouldn't want to lead very well. Just those things that just needed kind of, like, tune-ups. So when I brought him here, I started training. I trained him over there. I started working with him, like, when he was boarded over there, too. But especially when I brought him home, I started training him even more and everything, and he's gotten so much better. His biting has decreased by like a whole lot. He used to try to bite me like every single 5 seconds, and it was so annoying. Like, he was really annoying. But now, like, he barely. So yeah, so I've been working with him and everything, and he's gotten just so much better. He's not been biting. His manners have been great. He's been listening a lot more. He leads great. It's wonderful how he's grown. So another thing about him is that he did not like our trailer. Our trailer, like, even Wildfire, when I got her, she did not want to go in our trailer for like 45 minutes. Our trailer is a 2-horse bumper pull, and it's kind of small, so it's like the scariest trailer for a horse to get in, so it makes a lot of sense why he wouldn't want to get in there. So the guy that I bought him from, he brought his truck and trailer over, and we took him to our house from there, and that's how he got here. Then I've been doing a lot of groundwork from Clinton Anderson videos and all the things. I've been doing a lot of groundwork, a lot of riding, all the things, trying to get his manners, you know, good and everything, and him listening very well and gaining his trust and respect. And then July hit. July was a month for me. It was bad. Some hard feelings through this month of July. Chance gets an abscess, and then he gets healed, and then he gets another one, and then he gets healed, and then he gets another one. An abscess, which is fine. Our pasture is very moist, so both my horses get abscesses a lot. So he got an abscess, and then I wrapped it and everything like that, and then he turned up sound like a few days later, and I was like, oh, okay, you can have it off. And then a few days go by, and he starts limping again, and then I wrap it up again, and then he's sound, and then he starts limping again a few days later. So basically what our farrier told us is like, you want to wrap it for like an extra like 5 days to a week. So in case, like, you know, because it just strained, you don't want to like dirt to get back up into it. So Wildfire, like, once she's sound, she's sound. She has white hooves. So our farrier said it's harder to get out with black hooves because Chance has black hooves. So I definitely learned that. So he's been off for a month because of abscesses, like just because of that abscess. And at the same time, Wildfire was lame because her hoof got too short. So we had to deal with that and wait for it to grow out. Now she's finally sound again, so. The whole month of July, I could not ride, I could not do groundwork, I could not do anything except for wrap an abscess for like a month. Time August came, I was like, yes, here we go. Yesterday, I just started working with him in the trailer. So that was my first day working with him, like hardcore working with him in the trailer. I've tried to get him in the trailer when he was boarded at the other place, but he just wasn't having it. Now that I've gained his trust and respect over lots of groundwork and everything, this time went a little better and longer. I worked him outside of the arena. I lunged him and I would not let him trot. He loped and ran and everything until he was tired. And then I got him in the trailer, or tried to get him in the trailer, and it took us like, I think 30-45 minutes. I have no idea, but it seemed like a long time for me. But like, we were both sweating so bad. Like, you could, like, he was super sweaty, I was super sweaty, and I was about to call it a day because I was like, okay, I don't want us to both pass out. But it's at that breaking point where things go great. So I was literally just about to call it a day. I was like, okay, we'll try to get him in the trailer one more time, and then if he doesn't, then we'll just have to come back tomorrow. So I ask him to load up, and then he gets 2 feet in, and he backs out, and then he just steps on in there with 4 feet like he's done it 1,000 times. I was so happy, so happy. After that, obviously walked him around for a long time, cooling him off, and then I washed him with a water hose, gave him some water, all things. He got very pampered after that. And today I trailered him to Coyote Run Arena. I actually shut the door and we trailered him and everything, and he did really good. It did not take as long to get in the trailer. I think he got in the trailer in like 10 minutes this time. And so now, as he gets better about loading in the trailer and everything, we're gonna hopefully see if we can trailer both of them to rodeos now. Every weekend, Wildfire's been competing, and then he can start competing in like the slow events, and then eventually work his way up to speed events and everything like that. I also still have to work with him on trails and getting him to go out on the trails, because I've only ridden him in an arena. I've never gone outside of the arena with him, and he's like been on trails and open fields and everything before. It's not with me, so that's something that we got to work on and everything and get prepared for, because he's kind of spooky when it comes to new things. So yesterday he thought that a chair was going to eat him, and so yeah, so that's kind of that's my whole horse story, I guess. There's a lot in between that, but yeah, so that's just about my horses and everything. So hope you have a good day watching this video. Stay tuned for more horsey content and to stay updated about everything my horses are up to in life.